Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your ESEA Season 29 Invite Grand Finals. It's been a long journey for all the players in this server. I guess you could say upsets between both teams, upsetting each other. But we've come to our last two teams, pretty much expected. FROYOTech versus FROYOBLACK, a pretty volatile matchup everyone's been wanting to see in a best of three. I'm joined by Console and Tino. Also, we have a nice analyst desk featuring Skeez, Jarett, and Botmode who are going to chime in after the games to give their opinions on what teams could have done differently to give some of the newer people watching TF2, a more visualized breakdown on certain situations. But Console, what's going on, man?
Honestly, I'm very excited for this match. It was a little bit of a last minute affair, teams deciding to move as they please with their scheduling, but we were able to throw something together. And honestly, I think this might be the most hype grand finals in what 4 or 5 seasons. I mean, this is the first team in quite a while that's really shown, hey, we can actually put up a fight against froyotech. We can actually help take a map against them, take two maps. So I'm looking forward to seeing two best of threes and being up until 5 a.m.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, I just hope this isn't like last season's grand final. I think that was like a 40-minute between both maps combined, 40-minute grand final, like probably like the fastest I think ESCA's seen in a very long time, if not the fastest. But these two teams were obviously expected to meet. Star players among both rosters, couple up and coming. I wouldn't even say you can come up and coming. Bunch of players on FROYOBLACK, in my opinion, mainly Laz that comes to mind, are just people who kind of proved extremely fast that they can play at a top level. Obviously, with like the early hiccup or like the early hiccup between the original Swift NA roster. Laz stood out in my opinion on that team, but then as soon as they split up after the whole revenge situation after Viaduct, Laz ended up finding a home on FROYOBLACK, and I say he's done more than proved himself that he could play at a top North American level. I just want to see him play on a LAN against the Euros and see who the real best roamer in the world is. Because as of right now, I mean, I just want to see both. I don't know who the best EU roamer is, and I haven't really been paying attention. Probably some dude on seven. But I just can't wait to see these two teams finally fight it out in a best of three.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly, harkening back to that one point, I mean, right now, realistically, I think both Laz and Marmalou can be argued to be the best soldiers in the world. At least, definitely the best soldiers in NA mechanically. I mean,
Oh, hands
Blaze,
down.
yeah. I mean, Blaze has always been known as kind of being like the best roamer, or one of, if not the best roamers of all time. But his mechanics have dropped off a little bit this past season. He definitely still has the brain though. His timing and his movement is phenomenal. I mean, and talking about Loyo and all they have going for them, you can't really forget who they're walking up against. Freya might have dropped a map to them earlier in the season, but they've still been looking exceptionally dominant, especially after taking them down 2-0 in their previous escapade here in the playoffs. Pretty quick takedown, so hoping to see maybe a little bit less out of definitely not seeing less out of Froyo. It's always great to see a good performance out of them, but maybe we'll see more chinks in their armor show up.
I wouldn't say Blaze like I don't know. I see what you're saying. I wouldn't see Blaze mechanics kind of like fell off. I would just say Laz. I think with all the like practice he puts in like jump maps and everything, he really kind of like mastered C tapping and really just these mechanics. Because Blaze actually doesn't C tap if you didn't know. So Laz actually has that over him. I would agree with you. I would say Laz right now is probably the best soldier in North America, but of all time, I still think Laz takes that. But just because like Blaze knows the game so well, he doesn't really need that extra mechanic to kind of excel at a top invite level. But when it comes to like a head to head, I would definitely say, honestly, in my opinion, the players on FROYOBLACK take an edge on Froyo's players. The only players I really see stand out on FROYOTech is Habib. Habib is, I think he set the bar for demo men of all time. He can control the game so well that no other demo has ever, like, even better than Duatna. And I would say Duatna was the only other demo who like set the bar, in my opinion, in recent time. But Froyo is just, in my opinion, more organized. Obviously, they have Banny. He's all-star veteran player, one of the still greatest player in the world on multiple classes if he were to practice. But since he's so experienced, he's able to lead his team to victory, even though, in my opinion, FROYOBLACK has stronger combat classes. I mean, going head to head, and you have Banny and Eric versus Slemnish and High Five. I feel like the DM still goes in favor of FROYOBLACK scouts. But again, Banny's positioning and just overall game sense, I think, just kind of outshines High Fives just a little bit. But I don't think it's going to come down to the DM at the end of this. I think it's going to come down to the team that's going to have the better strategies. I know FROYOBLACK have really been theory crafting some strategies and trying to plan the best they can to go into these matches. I don't remember what map FROYOBLACK beat froyotech on. I think it was Process or was Process. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen either Team Sunshine in a minute. I don't remember if they ever even touched like played against each other on Sunshine, but I don't know. I'm hyped up for this one.
Yeah, I actually believe they might have played. Unfortunately, I can't have ESEA pulled up real quick thanks to my fantastic college's Wi-Fi.
Well, enough of your college Wi-Fi. We're actually going live here shortly, console.
Are we?
Yeah, we're about to go live. Shade is just now picked the sides. We're about to start ESEA Season 29 Grand Finals. First best medic! Wow. These first two maps coming up here. Anyway, I'm going to be watching Habib this first mid. I want to see what he's got cooking up, see if he's on his game tonight. Take us away on this first mid, console.
Yep, revving into the grand finals for this season. froyotech versus FROYOBLACK. Habib coming in onto this trope, doing your traditional throw sticky at other demo moves. Actually, he's taking a little bit of damage from the offset here. He's kind of seeing passively taking a fat arrow here as we see FROYOBLACK getting really aggressive up on this right side. As Laz is going to bomb and get 3 or 2 right here as Botmode cleans up the rest. High Five is going to grab aim, and it's just Habib left. Pretty clean mid there from FROYOBLACK.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of just put him in the meat grinder there. froyotech was literally put inside. That was just phenomenal timing from the soldiers on FROYOBLACK as well, putting them in that corner there. As soon as FROYOTech started to rotate to mirror their side as FROYOBLACK scouts just pushed across point. High Five and Slemnish took immediate position to help clean up that damage. Banny's already starting to build the gun on the right side of his last. Blaze peeking top left to help gain some intel. Looks like Botmode and High Five are already ready to push up top left here. Marmalou ready to trail the Uber. They're getting out their final buffs to Laz here. He's about to go under, looks like under point here. Here comes the Uber coming in here shortly. Botmode does a little mini sticky jump in. Soldiers close. High Five chasing down Blaze here. Very weak on HP. He's going to have to run back into spawn. No cap time from anyone on FROYOBLACK. Yeah, High Five just now pressuring the point already. All the way up to the half cap. Almost fully capped. High Five getting killed. Marmalou getting reflect rocketed. And all the frags are turning into FROYOTech's favor as everyone tries to edge the cap and everyone just wipes. No one was able to help High Five cap the point, and everyone just got out DM'd by FROYOTech.
Yeah, Eric coming in there with the big pyro plays. He did a lot to be able to push FROYOTech off of the, or FROYOBLACK rather, off of the point. So that will give Froyo the chance to push back out. They'll have full Uber advantage, take that second, and looks like they're gonna be trying to take this mid here as we see them gearing up to walk into this valley area. Banny getting tanked up with Habib and the gang as they're going to be walking into a rather playing far back Blow-Yo as we see a deep bomb coming in from aim, not really trying to aggress the top. Actually, there's a sniper on Slemnish, and he's going to get aim and Habib here. That's going to put a little bit of a dink in the work here as Froyo still keep on chugging on into this midpoint. We see a high bomb out here from Marmalou trying to take this high ground, and he's going to be jumping right behind the rest of the team. They're actually going to get forced out here into choke.
That was a great little peek there from High Five. He was able to walk inside choke. Nursey was in a really bad spot, hiding by the forwards. And High Five was able to peek and force the Uber. Here comes the full ad repush. FROYOBLACK not trying to use his Uber here. They are going to find the kill on the aim here, most likely. High Five just now finds the kill. They are going to pop the Uber off because High Five does dip a little bit weak, below 100 HP. Eric is caught in the back line, so he is trying to fight Laz here, 31 HP. Eric, I believe, is still in behind, it looks like. Yeah, he's actually in the dungeon now of FROYOBLACK. He's trying to figure out where to go. He's 1v1ing Slemnish here, and Kyle, all the scouts from FROYOBLACK come back, secure the frag. It's pretty much even Ubers now. It's just up to FROYOBLACK if they want to try and dry push this in. No Uber versus no Uber.
Yeah, Eric pulling back pretty much all of Blow-Yo there. Basically created all the space that Froyo had to retake mid. For a second there, it looked like FROYOBLACK wanted to walk through choke and retake the point, but once that scout got behind, they decided to all turn around. So we'll be pretty much a 3-point rehold, and it's going to be a classic TF2 stalemate here as we see Nursey and Shade both can up here on the Uber charge.
Yep, have a nice little classic stalemate. Waiting for Blaze to try and make his way in. Looks like he's just kind of feeling it out cafe. Seeing where they're holding. Gonna try and probably go back to Nursey, get his buff. See where he's gonna gear up his jump from. Looks like he's gonna go back towards cafe. Maybe try to force himself in. He's kind of undecided. Oh, going back to cafe. Waiting for one of the players to sack here. No off classes yet from either team. See, when a situation this is like watching golf.
Yeah.
It's not really to like commentate on until like something cool happens, like they hit like a nice long drive or something. Looks like Blaze getting ready here, double high bomb off the wall, trying to find Shade onto the head of Bononski and land nice one rocket, also tagging Slumdish down to 50 HP. Good effort from Blaze, and unfortunately not able to find anything. Laz now coming in, doing some crazy jumps, landing nice rockets on the Nursey, but doesn't end up getting anything. No force, but...
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
I just had to comment on Aim's fantastic direct onto the bell right there, just totally denying Laz any chance of getting onto the medic. And we see maybe another soldier attempt as Blaze gets down here. And actually, scouts are super low, might go down as well. Makes it out by the skin of his teeth, Banny does.
Yeah, it was a little close, tried making some space for Blaze, almost got punished for it. Bononski wasn't able to get the stickies off in time. Marmalou, big bomb on Nursey, gets 1, 2 rockets, 26 HP left. Unfortunate for Marmalou, he almost got the second rocket to drop. Nursey just a little bit short of it though. But Aim now going in, scuffed his jump a little bit. that's not what you want to see, but that's just gonna be another sack for Habib. Trying to peek choke a little bit, tried to help Aim by spamming him in there. Slumdish peeking a little bit aggressive in choke, but again, just gonna wait for the soldier. Blaze looking like he's getting ready to sack.
Yep, both medics have been having pretty good luck with holding onto their Ubers so far. We'll see if that changes. Blaze goes in deep in on Shade, but nothing's gonna happen.
Ooh.
Actually, Banny's gonna commit for the double sack. A little bit of a question mark there.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that's a double set. Usually Bandy's not the one to sack, but here comes the Uber coming out of FROYOBLACK, and they drop Aim in the Uber. Nursey's not popping this Uber. Habib gets dropped in the Uber too. This is an awful build from Nursey. It's just a scout Uber from Eric here, as he has to try and find something with it, but Bononski coming in to try and cut him off. The soldiers are all over froyotech right now. Nice pipe coming out, or rocket there from Marmalou rather, taking down Eric, but Shade's gonna fall in the back line from Blaze jumping over his team's head. High Five wasn't in the position. He went to go get a packing cafe, but Shade paid the price there. After just that split second of High Five being alone, they were able to get a nice bomb on the Shade there. But yeah, froyotech coming right back into the show. No brakes on this train right now. Bullying FROYOBLACK right back out. Shade is going to get his forwards though, but he's going to run a 40 disad.
Yeah, Blaze right there had some fantastic timing. Just kind of jumped in right when Bloya decided to dissipate and catches Nursey. Or Nursey off Shade. They both played for Freya. They're basically the same medic, right? But yeah, medic gets caught off guard, dies, and that's gonna leave Nursey now. That one picked up medic with a good, decent Uber advantage, and they're gonna be trying to walk in the choke with it here. As we see Aim jumping onto the fence, and Blaze trying to jump forward. And actually, Blaze is gonna get totally air shot out of it. Sky, Laz is gonna die. They should be able to take a lot of this ground for free, mostly though.
Yeah, the soldiers from froyotech kind of got manhandled a little bit. Both of them hitting air shots on souls. Marmalou, a little deep. The Uber though from FROYOBLACK looked like they're kind of just gonna get their bearings straight. They were a little aggressive. It looked like they were gonna try and do something, but they ended up going back. Slumdish on sniper. One of the best 6th snipers in North America, if not the best. I would say behind board. A very, very big threat against froyotech right now. Slumdish had his moments on sniper against froyotech in grand finals before.
Yep. Well, we are just waiting to see if that sniper can get anything done, or if we're going to be able to see some sort of sacrifice play out of froyotech, and that will actually be the case as Eric tries to go behind, sneaks pretty far in, and gets spotted out. Blaze tries to follow up, but no luck on that, and actually this might be a chance for FROYOBLACK to try and get something now as we see them peeking into Shutter. Marmalou and the heals coming in, but Laz is going to go in and die.
Yeah, they tried to push out there off the 2-man, but they were holding so tight that Laz kind of gambled going out the wrong door and found froyotech. Badonsky actually almost died there. Aim trying to follow up on Habib's damage. And again, back to a little stalemate situation. High Five trying to push through, make something happen, but again, just gonna wait off the Slemnish sniper. Marmalou checking off class.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Freyr deciding to come up as actually holds that thought. We see Ames holding the forward spawns, and this appears to be an Eric sniper play, which definitely has potential to work out. Eric is a solid sniper.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both these snipers in the server right now are both extremely threatening. This can change anyone's game. So I'm just getting a little aggressive, but it's okay. Eric is on sniper too, so it's not the worst thing that could have happened. Banny actually getting smoked by Marmalou right there. That was the worst timing from Banny I've ever seen. It's not really he can. Wait, Eric, hello? Oh, I got.
Laz got in from behind. Laz got in from dungeon. FROYOBLACK, or FROYOTech rather, we're not looking, and that's an easy force for Laz, as Nursey has to back up with the rest of them. So
Banny dying there was kind of a beef, because now you had no scout, like no actual hit scan except for your sniper, and Laz was able to find his mark with that and secure the bag and force the Uber. Here comes the Badonsky Uber. Habib looking to get caught here. Could die. High Five needs to get this kill. Wow, Habib manages to live. That's insane.
Yeah, Freyr gonna make it out pretty much completely unscathed, not actually losing a single player. FROYOBLACK deciding to play it on the safe side, grab the cap, and attempt to make the play on the leapfrog. They know they still have that Eric sniper, so actually Shade's forced into a really strange position. We're gonna see a bomb from Laz, and Slemnish is gonna clean up on the support, and actually we see Slemnish super far behind, contesting on mid in a 1v1, and well, now even a 3v1 as the entire team is coming back to them. This might be a perfect chance for Bloyo to try and get in now, as they are walking into choke. Scout and Demo just putting some spam into mid. Laz and Slemnish being down though is going to be a little bit hard now that there's no more distraction and no more play to push off of.
Yeah, now's a chance to start working your sniper. Peek a little bit more aggressive now that Slemnish is dead. I'm even Bandy peeking through Cafe a little bit, trying to find their footing. Marmalou holding close, getting piped, and having to fall back. That's a setup for Blaze, though, getting the force. No one paid attention to Choke because they were too busy looking at Banny. Full ad coming out of froyotech with the Eric sniper. They need to try and keep Banny alive. If they lose Banny, this is going to put a real big toll on the froyotech, as Banny is the only scout. And Eric is trying to work Valley right now. Shade's still rebuilding his Uber, just now approaching 30%. Now it's just up to froyotech, looking like they're marching through choke here shortly.
Yeah, Eric's still not giving up on the sniper play. Hasn't died yet, but also hasn't gone it. Usually, when you see a sniper alive for this long, you're trying to push forward. You'll oh no, forget about what I'm saying about the sniper. There's a scout behind. Slender's trying to get the back end of that duel, but is going to get taken down. Marmalou getting taken down as well, and now it's not looking too great for FROYOBLACK on this hold. As actually, no, I lied. Laz is just the Lord, is going to take down 2 players and make this a little bit hurtful for Freyo as they walk into the second point.
So that sniper's very high risk, high reward. froyotech doesn't have as much protection. Eric didn't really hit any shots on sniper there. So it's kind of just essentially being down a player going through that. Especially with Slemnish and Laz getting behind, creating some chaos. It was able to give FROYOBLACK enough time to kind of, you know, get their bearings straight and find out where they want to put themselves. But now we just wait until, again, another stalemate. Marmalou on Spy, looking off class. What Eric's gonna come up as. And Badonsky gonna find a kill on the Banny. I don't know if that's gonna proc a push. Laz is gonna counter onto Nursey. 29 HP from Nursey. These milks are crazy. That's the second crazy milk from Nursey so far, sub 50 HP.
Yeah, Nursey with balls of steel here on medic as FROYOBLACK hold this lobby, waiting for their chance to get another player and get another sack attempt in here as Banny is back from the respawn queue. They're going to send Blaze in to try and get onto the medic, or onto anyone for that point. Woo! But he's going to go down as Slumdish cleans both him and Eric.
Slumdish was on fire right. Didn't miss a single shot on Eric. 3-shot him at a full buff. Banny here trying to peek from lower, gain some ult. Laz getting bullied out from Banny though. This may pop a push from FROYOBLACK. I don't know, they're down 2. Banny trying to find his footing. Habib is on bats, waiting for Banny to try and call this Uber, but it looks like they're not trying to. They could kill Badonsky here though. Banny gets caught in. Still on Badonsky. Banny beep and doesn't get the kill. And Marvelou finds another one. Oh, Banny, you gotta win that, man. You can't not kill Badonsky in that situation.
Blaze's Shade surf from Blaze's rocket there was just phenomenal. Just jumps on top of the fence on last like it's nothing. 20 HP as they are now going to be trading Ubers onto second. Nursey will get the better end of it, so they'll decide to back off. They do gain this a little bit of lobby control for their trouble though, so we'll be able to get a forward trap here for Badonsky as FROYOBLACK attempt to retake it. We'll be even Ubers once more, but it's going to be dry for both teams as we see a bunch of spammy exchange from top right. And actually, Habib is going to go down, so that might be plenty of room for FROYOBLACK to push out now as they're going to walk through lower.
Yeah, hopefully FROYOBLACK's able to try and find their footing here. Still trying to push out a lobby here. This is a little bit of a scuffed push from them. I don't know if they're going to be able to find anything. They're kind of just peeking lobby, kind of aggressive. Their health isn't really the greatest either. Everyone on Froyo is pretty much buffed besides Banny and Habib in that situation. So they just obviously choose to back up there.
Yeah. Well, once more, we find ourselves at the last point of Bloyo. However, 18 minutes in now, we have yet to see a point cap. 0-0 here in the first map on Sunshine.
Yeah, we're gonna be here all night.
Yeah, it appears maybe so. Well, there's Blaze in with a sack. Not really gonna find anything, and we're gonna see a little bit of counter aggression here from Laz. Because doesn't look like he's going to full commit. Instead, they do have Slumdish on that sniper. So they're going to try and peek him into lower. See if they can actually catch the scout here out as Banny is a little too deep for his own trouble. Actually, Badonsky will find him. So, and actually, Habib is going to peek deep as well as Laz is in lower once again. Takes down aim, so that's 2 down on both sides.
More classic trades here. Looks like FROYOTECH's finally had enough. Trying to get in here. Sending Blaze in deep. Getting the force. Finally we got some action. Great bomb from Blaze. A little bit of beef from the scout. Slumdish was dead there, so they weren't able to have a second scout help out high 5. Blaze was able to do some nice movement. Get onto the head of Shade. FROYOTECH having full Uber. Looking where to take the Chariot Uber on the Banny. He looks like he's gearing top right with Habib here. Getting ready, getting their last buffs out. Here we go, going in top right shortly here. Habib doing a nice little sticky jump in. The Uber coming right in onto the head of Slumdish. In the spawn, it's heavy. No cap time yet from Froyo, but Badonsky very weak. They have cap time from Eric and Banny trying to get on the point now. Vlad's gonna fall. Slumdish shooting out that kill onto aim. Slumdish running another kill and high 5 on the Blaze. Slumdish putting the team on his back right now with those 2 insane kills on the point. Eric finally putting a stop to his terror. Cap time coming out from, I believe that's Habib on the point. Trying to fight down. High 5 gonna find the kill. Marmalou bring out Eric here, but Nursey gets 2 salts and Eric cleaning everything up in the end. Great job from the flank scout of FROYOTECH. Slumdish couldn't hold it together, but getting those 2 crucial picks and Habib damaging almost everything on the point. Eric being alive there, putting the round in there. 20 minutes later,
we are finally seeing one round on the board here as we come into our second mid. FROYOBLACK once again playing this aggressive deep left side. As meanwhile, froyotech are just kind of playing back towards their own valley. Spam being exchanged as does usually happen. Haven't seen any action yet, and after I say that, we see a huge bomb onto the Devilman. Blaze putting in so much damage into his own choke. And meanwhile, Habib is going to wrap around the other side with his own team. They're actually reversed now as both teams are in each other's chokes. Soldier versus Scout on the low end as Slumnish gets the better end of that fight now. And Froyo are 2 down. FROYOBLACK looking to aggress now onto the point, but I lied actually as oh my god!
Oh,
wow! You took Uber and get 2 frags with it. As Bailey's gonna find more and more. Shade is gonna fall, so no Uber for the side of FROYOBLACK, but 4 players left to try and fight out the rest of this mid.
That was an insane call from Banny to take that Uber. That's that knowledge of the game. He probably saw the medigun, saw that Shade didn't have Uber and Nursey did, made that call instantly to run across point, take his side back, and kill the entire FROYOBLACK team. That's that years of experience coming into play there. Banny showing why he's a top player for so long. That was just, that was impressive. That was a really good call. The calls like that were like, especially on mid fights, like when to call an Uber, like you know when your medic has like an ad over the medic based on like how the mid's playing. Banny and Nursey able to use that together and call a phenomenal push is amazing. But FROYOTech, if they're ballsy and if they may want to take this into them, Slumnish on Sniper, they have to be careful. They're trying to get onto Laz here. Oh, but
no.
Slam nasty finding the headshot on the Nursey, dropping the Uber. Gotta watch your head. Slummy's gonna peek choke here shortly, try and keep the hot streak going. Maybe find Habib. Nope, everyone's gonna scurry off now into back to 2.
They understand to fear now that Slumnish has taken down their precious medic, their precious Uber is gone, and their own coming in as another fat one's gonna ring out onto Habib. Slumnish is gonna go down, and actually so will Laz. And here comes the Uber force out now as aim came in from a bomb, and the rest of the Froyo players are pretty hurt, so cleanup is possible, but Shade is so hurt, gonna get out with the rest of his team, and Eric is gonna die to Badonsky. There's a fight going on here in choke as the Scout and Demo fight. Scout Demo Soldier almost.
No, that was one pretty much strictly from the flank of FROYOTech there. The flank was so aggressive on FROYOBLACK's flank that they completely lost their cafe, so they were going to get wrapped if they stayed in the mid there. They had to leave there no matter what. No matter the health, no matter the positioning, FROYOBLACK had to leave because FROYOTech having that many people behind, it's not worth it. Anyway, trying to peek here, aim getting really low. Blaze trying to find a way in the peak. He's going to get spammed down. Banny trying to help his homie, trying to get out from Cafe. The high 5 is going to fall. The insane sticky, but Badonsky following up with a crazy pipe. Aim going to fall to Craters, but Slumnish stops a little bit early. Blaze going to fall to Laz as well. But Habib getting 2 insane kills onto the Demo and Scout of FROYOBLACK. The Ubers are going to get popped off here. Eric is taking an insane Uber and just demolishing Marmalou onto Shade now, trying to find the frag onto Laz as well. Eric is going mad right now and finding Shade as well. That was a crazy accuracy from Eric, hitting every single shot on that fully 300 health soldier. The scouts from FROYOTech are coming alive this game.
That was one of the most intense fights I've seen all match. As we saw crazy cross-map pipes from both demo men, and then Eric just devouring FROYOBLACK. As we see Nursey taking a solid 60-70% Uber ad. She's going to be happy to walk into lobby with the rest of her team. As FROYOTech gearing up to take this last point and potentially their second round.
Other than that, we still got the Slum Nasty Sniper. Gonna see if he's able to try and salvage this round for his team. Let's be 2-0. Uber's getting popped in from lower. Not able to find anything. He's gonna hit the Uber Demo Man. Gun's gonna go down from high 5. Banny trying to find some positioning. Going behind the point here, trying to help clean up some damage. Blaze doing the point for his team. Half the point's getting capped. Blaze onto the head of Shade. And oh wow, and that's all gonna get cleaned up from FROYOBLACK. Potentially, they're gonna have to make out of there. It's just up to Nursey. 1v1ing Badonsky right now. Is he able to try and secure this frag onto the medic? Nursey just barely slipping away slowly. Oh, he's tagging Nursey from across the map, and Nursey scurries on out of it.
The control point is being contested.
Other than that, FROYOTech gonna reclaim their 2 point. They never lost. Slumnish still on the sniper class. Little bit of ad coming out from Nursey. could be pushable if froyotech's confident enough in their play. I assume they would take this into them based on their play style. They're usually a pretty aggressive team. Habib very low on HP though, gonna take a body shot from Slemnish. Looks like Banny and Habib gonna start getting their top right presence. They're gonna take this. They need to try and find Shade with the Subras. They only have around a 25% at end, going away slowly. The big bomb coming out from Habib. He's gonna find Badonsky. That's an insane brutal pick and play. Habib again finding Slemnish. Habib again, absolutely popping off his last fight. That is all in the hands of Habib. That last fight, a great jump and cutting off the spawn of Badonsky, then two piping, two different players in that last fight. That's insane.
Oh
yeah, you just missed some. You missed some sauce, but
I caught the last end of Habib just
destruction.
basically banning everybody from the server. As we see Froyo take their second round and hoping for a third as they walk into mid, but no, people immediately go down to Badonsky. We're seeing a counter bomb and complete denial of aim. Badonsky and High Five going to go down in the back. Is actually no, Laz and Shade as well. It's Slemnish versus Marmaloo in a 2v2 against Banny and Eric, and it looks like they're going to be taking the point as Eric and Banny are trying to pinch in one from each side. Eric's going to go down though. It's just Banny v Marmaloo, the 1v1 Soldier v Scout. Who's going to win it?
Marmaloo.
Like
I got my money on Marmaloo.
everybody's money on
Marmaloo
Marmaloo.
hates Banny. That's the thing. Here it is, right here. 1v1 of this is who wins the best of 3 right here.
You shouldn't have
Habib
said
interrupted it. Habib interrupted it. It's fine, it's fine. It was the 1v1 of the Titans right there.
Point is being captured.
Yeah,
Anyway,
cool.
though, solid recover from froyotech there. Even though Slemnish got a nice 1v1 onto Eric there, Banny was able to help clean everything up. Took a little bit of time, but froyotech able to retake the middle ground. Back to a nice little stalemate situation though. 2-0 in favor of froyotech. Couple minutes left in the half. You don't got a lot of time left.
Yep, 4 minutes 30 on the clock as we see a really deep soldier aggression here. As Marmaloo coming back up on the spawn, Laz doing his thing on the Roamer Boyo. And we're gonna see both medics come up with the Uber charge. So once again, stalemate. And I think Froyo will be very happy to just park the bus here. They're up 2 rounds. They know that they're risking a lot by just walking into second willy-nilly. And Blayo aren't afraid to throw these crazy soldier aggressions and scout aggressions at them and try and take every advantage they can off of the sack. So honestly, if I'm Froyo, I think the safest here is to maybe just sit back, relax, enjoy a cup of tea, and watch the rest of the map wither away. But it looks like they're actually being a little bit more proactive than that. We've seen a lot of like aggressive spam out of the demo man.
I'd be a little careful if I was Froyoblack just to start sacking people. You're at like the final like 3 minutes, 4 minutes of the match. The worst thing you can do is panic and throw away rounds. Every round matters, and I've been in that situation before, panicking, you know, trying to get, you know, that last round before the half ends. So you got to be a little careful with how you're going to play your cards here, because if you mess up one little thing, and Froyotech being a team as good as they are to adapting and finding every weakness that your team potentially has, you got to be careful with how you play your cards here, especially so close to the end of the map. But aim, getting a nice bomb onto the medic here. The pickaxe is out. Shade, balls of steel. Not gonna pop to the equalizing soldier running straight at him.
The sheer nerve of Shade staring a soldier face first, 50 health left, your entire team abandoning you, as another one comes right in and is gonna get the drop. Shade's balls not gonna do much from there, as no Uber for his team, and Nursey's got a free 100 to walk in with Valley and the scouts.
Again, that's that time I was telling you, the worst situation can just happen instantly. Now you're around like, I would probably say like 2.5, probably 3 minutes left on the clock. You're down full Uber, your med's dead, and Froyo's about to push into your 2, and you're down Slemnish. So now you have to figure something out, because going down 3-0 is tough. At 2 rounds is okay, but having to come back 3 rounds when you only need 2, especially for Froyotech, I don't know if there's going to be much to come back from. But anyway, Blaze here trying to get a little aggressive. Banny finding a kill on the Marmaloo. Badonsky going to find the kill and trading it out. Laz actually having something else to say about this. Gonna find a kill onto Habib. Aim is trying to stuff the combo coming out of bats here. Laz is actually behind, driving a lot of eyes and attention. Eric is actually chasing him all the way back towards mid here. Eric is still on mid. Banny as well now fighting him. Laz trying to 1v1 him, but unfortunately Banny's gonna get the better of him. Gonna find the frag there. Marmlu rolling out.
Yeah, Laz's backline play is really gonna save Bloyo's behinds as they try and hold down the second point, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. There's a minute 20 left, and they have to capture 2 points. So my math might be incorrect, but I think it might be garbage time, unfortunately.
No, this is 110% possible. A minute and 20, they're gonna come in and take an exchange on Banny, and they get the pick, the 3 picks needed. And man, you're saying it's garbage time, but froyotech just comes back and just says, nah, man, it ain't garbage time. We're about to turn this into a round real fast. 3 players instantly just died. The combo of Bloyo and the one of your stronger flank players. This is pretty much it. Your combo owns last standing, and it's gonna be 3-0 going into half number 3, or half number 2 rather. That's gonna be interesting from our analysts what they're gonna think about that, because that was the most that was very questionable. Having just like 3 players, I don't know if he was like miscommunication or if it was just not being ready for a Banny just running at you at Mach speed. I don't know, but you can't lose half your team to one Uber in the last minute of the game. But anyway, I'm gonna try and open up these stats real fast here, see what we got going on, see who's kind of owning and who needs to step it up a little bit. What I can say though is Habib and Badonsky, I'm sorry, Banny and Badonsky rather, top damaging on their teams. Kind of expected from, in my opinion, Banny to top damage on Sunshine, being such a scout prioritized map. I would still say that the scouts from FROYOBLACK are still kind of outshining the scouts from FROYOTech, having more frags overall, and in my opinion, just a little bit more impact. But Eric, right now, is probably like the scout in the server for performance. He had 2 insane plays, probably like 2 round securing plays, killing the combo on FROYOBLACK once, and then actually cleaning up a last fight, winning the round. But I think that Marmlu kind of needs to try and find his footing here. He is kind of going neck and neck with Aim. The pockets aren't really having the best performance that they should. But Blaze is kind of playing really well. The stats may not show it, but he has a lot of big play makes. He's had a lot of big plays so far that he's made.
I do have the stats up, and I would love to beg to differ about that, because the stats are showing he has a whopping 5 med picks so far, outshining pretty much everybody else. I think that's actually like, what, half of Shade's death? Over half of Shade's death.
Yeah, over half, yeah.
Alone.
Yeah, he's making big plays, man. Like I said, when it comes to overall playmaking, the flank from FROYOTech is definitely exceeding over FROYOBLACK. I know Laz got a couple, probably like a force or 2 on the Nursey, and Slenish with the on a Nursey, and Valley a sniper, but Blaze with the drop onto Shade that converted it into a round on top of Eric's just dominating performance on the flank right now. In my opinion, is kind of what's securing these wins for Froy. That was 2 rounds right there that Eric pretty much won on with Blaze to help him out. Yeah. But waiting for this round to start, I assume our analysts are theory crafting some beautiful pictures for us that we can all take a look at. Brought to you by Skeez, Jarett, and Botmode.
Yeah, the fantastic trio. I'm sure they'll have some fantastic ideas and thoughts on the map once we end it off, but we still do have yet another half here as we go into the second half.
Getting into this mid here, into the second half. Look at my eyes on Badonsky. I want to see how he's doing. Haven't really watched him too much this game. Gonna tag a bead. Gonna get some really good damage on the FROYOTech's combo and bring Nursey down to around half HP. Big damage from Badonsky right here. Kid piping Eric, bringing Nursey down to pretty much no HP. Badonsky is the man to look at right now. Getting 2 of these frags so far. He's been on to Aim and the Nursey. I'm sorry, Slemish kind of killing Aim to Crater, but that was off of a pipe of Badonsky. Just pretty much wrapped it up that mid. FROYOBLACK showing a much more dominating mid, just like the first mid we saw in the very first round of this map.
Yeah, honestly, one thing I've noticed a lot from casting a lot of these FROYOBLACK matches and doing observing for a lot of these FROYOBLACK matches is that, especially this particular matchup, what tends to happen is Bloyo will have some really dominant mids, and will tend to have the edge in the early game. And then Froyo just clean up everything else. They're able to counter read and just
Well, here comes the Uber, actually.
Faster, as we do see that Uber, right? Take us
Yep.
in.
Uber's coming in, Badonsky gonna jump in. Boy, a little really good cat time cut off high five. Uber's still active. They need to try and find some positioning with Marmalou dying and Badonsky and Shade. Another poorly executed last push coming out from Bloyo. That's last push number 2 or 3 that kind of ended in a disaster where the first half of it looks good, but they're not getting any kills with the Uber. Like Marmalou was the first person to die on this Uber, and they're not able to convert any frags off of it. Anyway, though, everyone from Bloyo is going to be on the mid because they all died relatively quickly. But again, full ad coming out of Nursery. She's just going to come up on her Uber now. FROYOTech going to start looking to approach through Valley here. I know they like to bomb Habib here, so I'm going to get on his cam, preemptively watching him bomb. Because there's so much ground to cover on this map. But Blaze is going to wait it out, find a kill on the Slemness with Eric. Going to make it even harder for Bloyo to try and spam their enemies into mid here. Again, Blaze finding another one. But FROYOTech's combo doesn't even have to move. They're just picking off the flank. The only thing that they're going to get is Eric.
Blaze read that perfectly. He didn't even have to check it. He just knew. Laz likes to play there. He jumps up there, gets the easy 2 rocket on there. That's a pick and a half. And Blaze just have to back up off of that already. They're at the Froyo disad. I mean, it might as well be a Froyo disad as they're losing this match. But they're player disad. They lose one more. They get their Uber up here, but they still have a player in the respawn queue, and another one sent.
Ooh, nice
Laz
fight.
goes down. Actually, as you said, amazing.
Badonsky's doing so much damage right now. He's brick walling the entire combo from FROYOTech right now. No one's pressuring him, but looks like FROYOTech is just about to push here. They don't have Banny, so they're a little bit hesitant to try and push here. Uber's gonna get popped off. Shade is gonna get forced. No Uber just now gets popped off from Mercy. Eric's gonna take a solo with Habib into Shade. Gonna find the frag. Habib on a 5 kill streak here. Aim gonna help link up with his team, secure the frag on the Marmalou. Habib is gonna fall. Laz should fall as well. Slemnish is gonna die as well. Slemnish, yep, did now just die. Or Laz actually was supposed to die there, but he actually managed to escape again. They really want Laz dead. He's so close to dying. 1 HP, and he dies in the spawn room. No, Laz. All right, and then this is gonna proc a push from FROYOTech and on the Marmalou instantly. Aim trying to cap the point. Aim is in the sad world right now, man, but he's just standing on the point. Badonsky had nothing loaded. He already used all of his ammo. And 4-0 from FROYOTech. That was looking dominant for FROYOBLACK at first. Again, a similar first round where they roll Froyo to their last with full ad and it beat the last push. But 4-0, take us on this mid console.
Well, we're looking at potentially the last mid at what has been Froyo's pick, and they've been showing it off 4-0 as we see both teams now. A high bomb really early in here from Marmalou playing on the left side. And more aggressive from Laz as he's actually going to go for a fake bomb, trying to build up some more room for his team as they've now traded sides once again with Froyo on this mid. They really like to do this. So we see the double bomb deep into Cafe here. Laz and Badonsky are going to take down Aim and Blaze respectively. So they're not really going to find anything else. Shade doing a great job of dodging them, and just off of those 2 deaths and Froyo having no more space, they're going to have to concede this. Ubers will be even. So, depending on how fast the Blaze and Aim are able to scraggle for spawn, they might be able to hold the second. But Bloyo want to deny any chance of them having that thought in their mind. As aggression already coming out, Soldiers and Demo deep. The Uber's actually going to come out from Banny and Nursey, but it's exchanged with Badonsky and Shade. A solo on both ends. Banny's trying to go behind and find more, but is not going to find a single thing. A huge bomb in here from the Soldiers of FROYOTech, though. So there are the Demos and Scouts. Oh no, and they're going to go down here. Laz and Slunish falling.
Yeah, again, a little bit of a misplay there from the flank of FROYOBLACK. Not able to get anything good there. FROYOTech just pretty much going to waltz back in pretty much for free and just recap their midpoint.
Yes, indeed. We're going to see even Ubers here, so won't play a major deciding factor, though Nursey has 10%, not totally workable, but I've seen pushes off a less being successful, so who knows. It looks like they're going to decide to just hold on mid here for now, wait for wait for the gamers to get in position and maybe do one of them infamous Blaze double bomb into the medic and drop shade.
Yeah, hopefully. Kind of just want to see map 2 now at this point. I don't think froyotech isn't really known for getting reverse 5-0'd. They're known for reverse 5-0ing people. But I don't think FROYOBLACK, in my opinion, can pretty much pry this one back. I would just kind of... Yeah, I mean, if you're not able to convert these last pushes, especially with those dominant mids they've been having this entire set so far, it's tough to come back from. froyotech's not really a team that's gonna... they're not really gonna grind you down either. They're not like 7. 7 kind of grinds you down minute by minute and kind of slows you down. froyotech kind of just keeps the aggression going with sacks, keeping you on your toes, never making it a peaceful time for you when you lose. Always making it stressful. Other than that, Slemnish here trying to pick a 1v1 with Banny and Eric. No one's really trying to aggress right now from froyotech. It is on the back of FROYOBLACK, honestly, to try and make a move. They kind of have to do something with being this much in a deficit right now. Banny kind of just running at Laz, scaring him away, letting him know that he's there and watching him at all times. Aim doing a very high bomb onto Laz to get behind, actually, it looks like. Gonna 1v1 Laz and just trade for frags there. They're gonna send in Marmaloo. He comes back though, couldn't find anything. 1v1 in Valley here though.
And we're actually going to see an attempt from Blaze, though, completely shut down by Slemnish. Eric going to get on as well, so this is definitely room for FROYOBLACK to try and do something here. As we see them moving in through choke, a bomb in early from Marmaloo here. High Five is actually going to get taken down behind as Banny's actually going to sneak his way around the entire team, get more damage in. Aim's going to bomb in and force Nursey. Shade rather. Nursey's gonna get the frag onto Marmaloo. That's
the worst feeling in the world, man.
Hate to see it. We're gonna see a huge high bomb here is actually gonna get the force out of the Nursey. Yeah, that one. There's so many medics in this world, Sandblast.
Yeah, you get 2 in the server. It's rough, I know it'd be like that. But anyway here, even Ubers, Bloyo on their last leg for this map. Their last point for CP Sunshine. Gonna see if they're gonna try and convert anything here. I don't know how much time is left. I mean, I checked.
There's
21
minutes.
21 minutes, yeah. FROYOTech's just gonna keep sending in Blaze and Eric and just 2-manning until the game's over at this point. I mean, FROYOBLACK's last holds have been pretty decent. I mean, the only time they haven't really won any last hold is when they kind of got beat on like 2 and had respawners and just didn't have enough positioning. But in like a proper turtle, FROYOBLACK usually does a pretty good job of not losing last. History shows from, you know, a couple matches they've played, especially on Metalworks. They have really good Metalworks last defense, now that I think about it. But Slemnish here trying to work a pick. It's up to Slemnish here to try and turn the game around. Trying to swing wide here. He really wants to wide peek, which he's going to try and do. Not able to hit Blaze there. And goes on to the head of Slemnish. Almost kills him, but Marmaloo protects his sniper buddy.
Yep, Aim getting taken down there. As you see a counter sack out here from Marmaloo. Actually gets an air shot, and then Eric and Banny gonna chomp up the rest of what little health he had. So, counter sack not gonna work out, but what is this? Banny sneaking in from the low ground, trying to get into that back cap. Not gonna find anything. This Blaze falls in the backlines to Badonsky's sticky trap in lobby, so maybe just something to push out of here. I mean, it's hard on Sunshine Labs to try and get anything really done with one pick, but you can at least go for a sack here. Unfortunately, not this time though, as they waste a little bit too much time, and it's gonna be respawn time for Mr. Blaze.
Yep. I feel like something in my bones say this is a... I feel like something's just gonna happen. I feel like they're gonna bomb in Blaze, he's gonna get the fort. I can feel it.
Well, we've seen it happen before in this very match, so I would not be surprised to see it again. Gonna see a little bit of a careless death once again from Banny into Marble on Lower, but it's not really a big deal at this point. I'm expecting to see him come up on Sniper. He's played Sniper a few times before, and
No, Banny Sniper doesn't exist.
it's a very rare occurrence, but when it happens, he tends to never miss. So maybe they were trying to pull out the Banny and walk on Sniper, but nope, not today. As Lunch is gonna get caught out.
Wait a minute.
And actually, there's already a little bit of cap time on last. Banny wants to get
FROYOBLACK, what was that? That was some. They got the sniper pick and then just converted it into 2 different frags here. Froyo is gonna fall though. Lose 3 of their own players. The Uber's gonna get popped off.
Banny dropped shade.
Banny did drop shade though. That was pretty insane. FROYOTech, are they actually gonna come back from this? It's all up to Badonsky. Banny here, playmaker himself, getting some big plays. Nursey getting the final frag. 5-0.
Badonsky not able to elevate his team into another round. They will fall, and a little bit unsurprisingly as well. I mean, it is FROYOTech's map pick. They are well known for being quite the sunshine team, so no surprise there. But we will be seeing what our fantastic analyst desk has to say about it. Let me just bring them in real quick. Hello.
Hello.
So Botmode, Jarett, Skeez, our fantastic group of invite players here to do some analysis. So coming right off of that 5-0 from FROYOTech, obviously it was Freya's map pick. But what do you guys have to say about that?
It was a very slow-paced game, which certainly I think was very comfortable for Froyo, and it seemed very uncomfortable for Bloyo.
The big overarching thing we were talking about the most was that the pace of the game definitely played to Froyo's strength the most. Because when you look at Bloyo, they have like a lot of really good instinctual like chaos players that just thrive in team fights, but Froyo were slowing it down to their pace, and the players on Bloyo that are like good at that, Marmalu, Last, Lemnish, all those players, they couldn't really do anything. And just like the coordination from Froyo, Blaze and Aim would eventually make something happen.
Yeah, what I wanted to ask was on FROYOBLACK's 2, when they just ran through Cafe with there was like a minute left, I think. Banny kind of just ran through and just pretty much just like demolish him. I felt like that was kind of like the pace of like the whole game. Like the FROYOTech was always in control no matter the situation, except for like the very first round where they kind of got rolled to their last. I think ever since then, I didn't think FROYOBLACK ever had like a dominant approach to FROYOTech in any situation almost.
There are also a lot of moments that you could look at for FROYOBLACK where one of their members of their team would try to make some sort of play or at least like make an action to cover a door, and there wouldn't be a whole lot of response from their teammates to do a lot of support. You know, sometimes a guy would go behind and then he wouldn't get follow up from any of his teammates. You know, your team would position a certain way and you want to like hug and play around them and blob up at certain moments, but there'd be a stray person off to the side that wouldn't get the memo and they'd just get picked off or allow a bomb to get through. And I would say that definitely FROYOTech were way more on the same page than FROYOBLACK was with how slow that pace of the game was.
Yeah, I do think overall the pacing for FROYOTech, I do agree with Botmode. Like it was like I was saying before, it was kind of like a grind that FROYOTech was doing to them. It was a very slow grind, but that's what FROYOTech's really good at. It's not as bad as what 7 would normally do. They will take like a round on you and then grind you down, but FROYOTech took it to like the very last round and still had full control. But my question is now, I'm looking at the map picks, and we're actually going to Product, a map that doesn't really thrive in the most team-based kind of environment. It's more of like your scouts get tanked, and you kind of whoever scouts are on fire usually wins the game with your soldiers making a couple big plays. I want to get your guys' opinion going into Product. Who do you think's gonna come out on top here?
I think because it's Product, you know, you're not going to be able to play as slow, so it'll be a little bit better for FROYOBLACK. But the question is it really going to be enough? Because like I said before, a lot of, you know, making sure that your players on the same page and coordinating, whether it be shooting people or just like setting yourselves up in certain holds and things of that nature, you really want to make sure you have that down. So, I mean, if they don't have that down as much as they need to on Viaduct, it's not going to be a very easy thing for them to win.
I think the most interesting change of pace that can happen on Viaduct here is probably going to be if Slemnish plays sniper and hits a lot of shots. Because in the past, Froyo has not done very well against that. And actually, AIM has not done very well against snipers on Viaduct in the past. So I think that if Slen is just hitting shots, that could give them the momentum they need and kind of the centerpiece that they need to take control of the game in the way that they had not been able to in Sunshine.
If you look at the game on paper, like Bodonsky might have just had one of his best games of like all season, and they still lost 5-0, right? But taking that into Viaduct, Slem, I think, inarguably has the best scout aim in the world right now. Like he's just insane. He's unstoppable when he's on. And if him, Bodonsky, and Kyle or High Five can link up really well. A big issue with the last game was that Marmalou literally had a 100 ping scoreboard, and I just don't believe that's not a playable ping.
I
don't care what
I think they were trying to get Dallas, but
yeah, they were.
I don't think Froyo. I don't know what they got originally, but I know that we had a server map change originally.
They had Dallas, and then the server changed, and they lost Dallas and got Chicago.
Tough. Do we know if they're getting Dallas? Because that was what we were talking about like before the stream started. Was if it goes to like Dallas, like that's like a game changer for FROYOBLACK because Marmalou gets he noticeably gets frustrated on higher ping because he knows he can do a lot better, which he absolutely can. On land, he was a beast, and at Rewind too with Ascent. But him just with 100 ping, it's just hopefully Viaduct's gonna make it a little bit easier for him. Hopefully, I don't know if that's gonna. I don't really play soldiers, so I don't really know the timings and pacings of soldier as much as I should.
The kind of flip side to that as well is that Habib's gonna have slightly higher ping, and Bodonsky's gonna have slightly lower ping, and that Blaze is gonna have significantly higher ping as well. So moving from Chicago to Dallas is like a huge difference.
It changes everything for pretty much every projectile player.
Yeah, because I know Blaze and Habib are in Canada. That's relatively far away from Dallas, so they're probably going to be both pinging 80 at least scoreboard. But if I do had to give predictions for this Viaduct game, and since the server did just get put up, Habib and Banny both are loading in there now. If Slimnish, like what Botmode said, undeniably, or I'm sorry, what Skeez said, Slimnish having some of the best scout DM in the world, which I could second. Slimnish is an absolute monster on scout. He doesn't really miss. Playing against him for a couple seasons, he's an absolute monster on this map. If FROYOBLACK is able to kind of clean up their positioning, like what Jarett said, I would probably give this to FROYOBLACK 4-2. It's not going to be easy for him though, but they're going to be long rounds. But I could see 4-2.
Before I make my prediction, yeah, I was gonna say the Froyo players are on the server and the pings have not changed, so Marmalou's gonna be on 100 ping again.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know if that's gonna change my prediction, just because I really feel like because I think Kyle or High Five rather is probably one of like the best Viaduct scouts in North America.
I agree.
He's phenomenal at the map.
He's very good at Viaduct.
He knows his timing and like his limits of what he can do. I just want to see if Banny is able to kind of play to that pace of High Five's online right now, because we saw at the beginning of the season I guess you could call it an upset, Swift NA versus, before they unfortunately passed away, Swift NA playing against
Rip.
Yeah, shout out to the OG Swift NA. We saw phenomenal gameplay from High Five and Slemnish. Just I think what was the score for your game? 4-3?
Yeah.
4-3, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, 4-3. So, if High Five and Slemnish are able to play up to their speeds that they did again in that same match, I think that even with Marmalou's deficit on high ping, I would still think that FROYOBLACK could take this.
Everything on paper, man. Everything on paper tells you that Blayo should win, but it's just that Banny magic.
There's
that
something
Froyo
in the
magic.
water, man. Yeah,
there really is.
something in the water.
I wouldn't be surprised completely if FROYOBLACK won this, but I think froyotech gets the edge, at least for me. I don't think it'll be like 4-2 or something.
Well, I do want to see at least map 3. I don't know if I can see another best of 3, but I want to see map 3. But anyway, it looks like we do now have 6 in server. I don't know how many more we're waiting on reading up. I think we're waiting on a couple people.
A small wrench that Bloyo could throw in. I don't know if they would or if they should, but
Last scout?
yeah, no, exactly. Slemnish on
Mm.
sniper. The Slemnish, if you look at the people in the server right now, Slemnish is by far and away the best sniper in the server. Like it's actually
Absolutely.
not even close
I
for second place.
really think they should try like just these cookie cutter classes first, and then if they
That's
don't,
like desperate.
if they don't semi comfortably to comfortably win a round, like the first round, I think they should try switching it at that point.
Yeah,
Maybe-
Laz is
maybe-
a very, very competent scout.
Yeah, I don't
That's the
know.
only thing I'm a little nervous about with Laz, though. Like, Laz, the last time I saw Laz play scout was season 20 at IM. And
I
then he kind
really-
of just pugs it.
I really don't think Laz even needs to play scout. It's actually, it's very different. There's 2 different ways to play sniper on this map, and one of them you have a scout, and one of them you have a soldier, and it's like hard to know which one is better, and it honestly probably depends on the team. But in having both soldiers, you kind of are able to play more around your sniper than you do with the scouts. So there's nothing inherently wrong with having those 2 soldiers, but it's just going to be a lot more on Slemnish to hit big shots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was going to say, like, I feel like putting Laz on scouts, like, the last thing you would probably want to do, in my opinion. Keeping Slemnish on scout if he's online is the best thing you could do. I still think he is the best scout in the server. But hopefully we start this sometime soon, because I just want to see these 2 monster teams just duke it out here. I'm still confident with my scoreline though for 4-2 for FROYOBLACK. I really do think High Five and Slemnish are really gonna do something crazy. But the Benny Magic, anything can always happen though with any playmaker main call he's gonna make.
He just has too much experience. He's too experienced. He knows during every situation what he needs to be doing, what his team needs to be doing. And there's not really any other player like that.
Not only does he know what to do, but he's very good at communicating it for his team to understand.
There's also the factor of, if you need to alter anything about the way you're playing, there's no real stalemates like in 5CP at any point for you to like sit down for a couple seconds and like really talk about stuff, because once you respawn on Viod, you got to keep going. So when it comes to altering your playstyle last minute, froyotech might have that edge a little bit because they've been a team for a little bit longer and, in my opinion, have been more cohesive, like naturally. So
I mean, you can always pause. I don't really see a lot of teams in TF2 do this a lot. Is where like, especially on a
That's
map
true.
like Vidoc where you can benefit. I know I did it once, and it helped us out in a match on Vidoc to help us fix up a couple things.
you
But
could tack pause.
Pausing after a round on Viaduct is totally fine because you have no time to talk about certain things unless you like wipe them all at the same time, and that like 2-minute pause, just a calm thing. If things are getting hectic and mumble, or if you don't know what a player's doing and you gotta all get on the same page, definitely making sure that you're all on the same page and taking that small pause is, I could see big benefits coming out from
Looks like
either
we're going
team.
live.
Ooh, all right. Well, we'll see you guys at the end of the match. Console, I guess we'll take the casting from here. But thanks for your guys' input. I'm gonna watch a beep here, see what his first move's gonna be, what he's gonna shoot, what he's gonna be focusing. Seeing what a beep shoots at the beginning of the mid, like primarily, gets me like a good idea of what froyotech's main focus is gonna be. Whether they're gonna be focusing down the scouts, keeping eyes on soldiers, walling out Banonsky, anything. But right now, it looks like Laz going instantly behind, right off from the back, into the back line of FROYOTech. Habib actually bombs in to Shade, and they're gonna try and get on him. Bandy gonna get right on the Shade and gonna die. They're just gonna trade medics. That was the most chaos thing I've ever seen. Laz is gonna get piped by an insane pipe from Habib. Marmelo gonna find 2 kills in the back line, and a full wipe from FROYOTech. I don't know what that was from Habib, man, but that was wild. He straight up just bombed across point.
I have no words for what just happened. I think the play speaks for itself as they do wipe FROYOTech clean off the floor. The one silver lining being that Shade also did go down, so froyotech will have plenty of chance to push back in here with the Uber being even. As we see now, more aggression coming out to the left. The high bomb in from both soldiers on concrete. There's a 1v1 in the soldiers, but there's 2v2 now as they're going to be trying to take down Laz. Blaze is going down for the troubles as Scouts and Demos fighting on mid. Aim and Blaze going to go down as well. Banny following. So Froyo looking once again to be having to push back further and further as so hurt. Mercy is unable to make it out. Fantastic bomb from Marmaloo.
Lot of deaths right now, so Froyo still owns mid here, so you gotta be a little careful. They don't have heals right now on the side of froyotech, but Bloyo needs to try and find the captain shortly, as they still don't own it, and Shade is gonna fall, and froyotech comes back and ends up getting everything. I got confused with my colors for a second there, but Froyo actually coming back there immensely, getting re-aggressing onto Shade perfectly, and actually swinging that back to a. Just got mixed up with my colors and team names there. Forgive me.
Yeah, don't worry, Sandblast. I'm red, green, colorblind, so I know exactly how you feel. Froyo finally retaking this point back, and we're going to see the Pyro push out. I haven't seen this since I-58, and unfortunately, it's a little bit outdated as it's not going to work out. Slime and Marmaloo following, and Habib, we're going to get traded out for
it's a good trade.
Troubles. So that actually could be good for them.
No, it is good if they get faster spawns.
I was about to say, yeah, they do have the faster spawns, so that we'll be able to walk out here Cliff, losing Laz, but that's not a huge deal, as the demo is still walking in mid, so plenty of room to try and walk in now.
Uber coming right into the back line of Froyo and just the Banny main calls, man. He just sees the smallest opportunity to kill someone and then just cuts off your whole exit. And just that whole Uber just killed 4 people off FROYOBLACK. Laz wasn't really alive. He kind of got killed off spawn at the very beginning of that. But FROYOBLACK already in a tight spot here. The Pyro coming out for right here. Looks like who's that? Is that Marmaloo Pyro? No, it's that's Slemish Pyro. Ooh, Slem Pyro, huh? Poor Marmaloo getting spammed down. Slemish here trying to find his air blast, but doesn't find anything. Just gonna lose 2 players, wasting valuable time.
Unfortunately, Slemish is he's no monochromatic bunny, and he will not be able to hit those epic reflects that we do see in the Highlanders. But they're actually going to be trying it once more to try and break this forward hold, and still no luck as 3 players go down for FROYOBLACK. I'm liking the Pyro play, but I'm not liking the approach. I feel like if you're walking in right constantly to 2 soldiers, timing their rockets differently, you're not really gonna have any luck. Maybe try going into a different exit, doing the distraction, but not taking the damage, and then letting your team walk in. Maybe a better approach, as we can see Slemish now going into behind the scout, and Greg's trading left and right here as the Uber exchange comes out from Mercy and Shade. A solo onto Marmaloo is actually going to last a little bit longer than froyotech's Uber. However, Frag's going in favor of Froyo. Habib going huge.
Habib finally gets it off the 10 kill streak that he was just on that entire game. He was actually kind of thrashing them. But that's the froyotech forward hold, man. I mean, I think Bandy's the one who kind of like pioneered that forward hold. So both soldiers grab, demo on cliffs, scout grass, scout China, and you kind of just grind out the time. That was like a 2.5 minute forward hold, and now froyotech has the time lead. All they have to do is pretty much retake the point with just around a 20 ad, 25 ad. Was that crits? Am I dumb? Did I just see crits? No, I didn't. Okay, I was about to say. I thought I saw Nursey on crits for a second. I thought I saw the cornflake.
Yeah, we do have both medics on Uber, and actually both medics coming up on Uber, and Nursey has it now, and Shade's going to get it in about 20%. The Uber popped out early, though, knowing they have the Uber advantage. Pretty smart, and you're going to be able to take down 2, trading 2 out for their own, though, as Shade is going to be alive, but also going down. It's not good news for Bloyo, though. They have the Uber, so they can try and play this out. However, Shade getting bombed here. Might try and get out here. Aim does get taken down. Laz
well, Mercy actually got killed there.
Oh, I did not see that. So this actually
Laz got behind.
Oh no, they have to un-Uber. Wait, no, they have the soldier here, so he does get forced out on point. but they will be able to take it. So not round over yet.
I mean, oh, that's the worst thing that. No, what are you guys doing? He's the worst thing that you could have done.
No.
Literally feeding. Podolsky getting saved by Shade's arrows there, but Marmalou and Slenish literally just donated the round to FROYOTech. They tried forward holding, Slenish was finding a trap and dying, but Marmalou jumping in to try and finish off his forward hold and then dying. Lad's getting onto Nursey, but it doesn't matter. All the frags are going in favor of Bloyo. It's just two players, and Nursey even questioning what they were doing, because I don't know either. I mean, Slenish just ran up and tried to run at Habib, got killed by Stickies, and then Marmalou getting killed as well.
Yeah, as you said, just a little bit of a feed play there. More than happy to satiate Froyo's hunger for domination as we walk into the second mid here. Froyo taking the first point on the second map, and we're going to see another deep bomb in from Laz. He likes to get behind a lot here, as we're seeing, oh my lord, Marmalou. Oh, and there's a bomb onto Shade as well, but it's not going to work out. Eric, never mind, not even Eric and anyone, just Eric. Eric is eating Bloyo alive, finally gets taken down by High Five. Unfortunately, can't take that fight without his heals right next to him, and the heals on the other scout do anything.
So, FROYOTech clapping right back. I want to see them contest point with this Uber and try to kill Nursey, but Donsky wants to at least. He's the furthest one forward right now. Nursey only had 70%. I'm surprised FROYOBLACK kind of gave that up so easily. But Blaz is going to get traded out for Blaze here. Podolsky putting some really good damage onto Banny and aim there. High Five edging the cap with the entire team of Froyo, so I'm just going to find a kill into Eric. That's pretty much going to be the nail in the coffin for FROYOTech's point hold there. But again, they got to be careful here. No one on FROYOBLACK can really kind of die here. You're going to have those extended spawns. On the King of the Hill, you have an extended time if you hold the point. You have around a 15-second respawn time, while attackers have around 7 to 9. Banny running right on to High Five, but Uber's going to get popped off here. Eric and Habib finding 2 kills in a row. Uber's going to get popped off. Slightly better for Nursey, actually a lot better for Nursey. Habib jumped behind and trapped the entire exit off of FROYOBLACK. That was insane game sense. Habib taking insane initiative there. Knowing, hey, I'll just get flanked. Hey, you know what? I'll just get flashed by the Ubers. Let me just jump in front of FROYOBLACK and trap their exit off while they're running away, not looking at me, and then they're just gonna wipe.
Honestly, Froyo's explosives had such a 500 IQ play there. We're gonna see FROYOBLACK attempt to push back out here through main. We're gonna see a bit of a bomb from Marmalou. He's up on these bats. The rest of his team. Oh no, Shade goes down too. That's not what you're trying to do when you're pushing out. As there's just a full-on sack attempt onto Nursey, and I don't think we're really gonna see Nursey go down, at least for now. She's at 50, but she has a pack right next to her. She has a scout to protect her. Both now, and we see Bloyo up now. There's no forwards from Froyo, so we'll be able to walk out onto concrete. We'll see what they want to do from here, Sandblast.
I mean, they are going to pop Bugle off the forward roll that they had. They do get Shade with it, which is best case scenario if no one else from FROYOTech dies. Yep, they got what they wanted. It's not going to be an insane amount of ad. It's going to be around 20%. But, I mean, that's enough to stall FROYOBLACK from not having buffs, crit heals being denied, all that. Banny actually getting really deep. So I actually like seeing this from Habib and Banny. They've actually been starting to play kind of like grass or a cliff together sometime. And Banny likes to kind of play inside their spawn. But anyway, Podolsky walking out, getting 2 kills. Marmalou onto Nursey, finding the frag. Habib is one of the last few members standing on Froyo, along with Eric. But Eric trying to make the best of it. Does find Podolsky, which is another one of your better things you could have found there. Slowing down the demo. But either way, he is just going to get that fast respawn. He's already back into the mix. FROYOTech, 57 seconds left on the clock. FROYOBLACK, 2 minutes to try and take this round. They are getting their forward hold ready, but FROYOTech already finding ground on concrete, giving up their forward hold on cliff. FROYOTech battling from the right main here. Habib trying to find some good spam. I'm going to connect a couple rollers onto Podolsky and Shade. They are going to get ready to take this Uber into him. I don't agree with this Uber at all. They do find Nursey though, thankfully. It was looking a little scary at first. I didn't see Podolsky get the stickies off behind Nursey. Alright, good. This is fine. I was a little nervous for a second. I thought that Uber was going to be questionably bad, but Badonsky and High Five were able to make it actually a lot better. I wasn't watching it from their perspective. I was watching it from Habib's POV.
Yeah, no, it was a little bit of a scare. It's always a little bit of a scary Uber when you're going in with an Uber and the other medic's about to have. But cleaning Nursey up makes it a piece of cake for FROYOBLACK. As more Froyo aggression comes out, Blaze is going to go down, but they're taking a lot of point presence here and getting a lot of damage as the soldiers are hurt and the demo is down. Aim and Eric going to take them out respectively. Aim going down for his troubles. Eric, Habib, and Nursey left to Froyo as...
I mean, it looks like FROYOBLACK just now approaching their Uber. FROYOTech, this is such a long, scrappy fight. The spawns do favor FROYOTech here, so it does take them a Slemnish just now coming into the fight now. Half the points it's just shy of being capped. Ubers are being exchanged on the point right now. High Five getting doubled. Slemnish finding a kill onto Eric. Your clutch scout, like we said, probably one of the best aimers in the game right now. Aim and Bandy are going to find 2 kills to want to Slemnish and Badonsky. And FROYOTech is going to recap this point.
We have secured the control point.
Yep, just more seconds taking away as only a 30-second deficit remains between the two teams. Marmalou going to be going down on cliff as Laz bombs in as well onto Nursey, trying to take her out, but will not have any luck as the rest of the scouts and medic here are all kind of separated.
This is good.
Actually, Shades alone. That's going to be fantastic news for FROYOTech.
Shades over.
Oh no.
It was looking really good at first because a lot of deaths were coming up from FROYOTech, and again, the better spawns favoring FROYOBLACK, but if FROYOTech can get this Uber in time, which it looks like they can, you got 20 seconds left on the clock for both teams. They're going to run back and bring their medic to the fight here. Nursey approaching Uber. They have to try and find Nursey here in this scrappy fight. Slemnish is trying to brick wall him off the point. Nursey approaching Uber here. Laz coming through the flank here. Slemnish and Laz, the flank combo coming through. You're going to find Blaze. Slemnish and Laz both behind onto Banny. Banny's going to find the kill. Slemnish going to win the 1v1 versus Banny. FROYOTech's going to recap the point though, but they're still down by 3. Slemnish is in a prime position to force the Uber. Uber's getting forced off. They have to win this post Uber. The spawns are in favor of FROYOBLACK. This is the best. Oh, I thought it was a pause. I'm just lagging because my internet's trash. Aim is on their cliff right now. Nursey's going to fall to Laz here. The retake's coming out from FROYOBLACK. They're going to have all the FROYOTech members are floating in from flank on concrete. Eric's going to find Kyle. But Badonski's going to find Habib, and all the flags are turning up for FROYOBLACK. And the first round of the series from FROYOBLACK in a double overtime situation. FROYOBLACK on the board.
Finally, with 1 point, and some amazing performances coming out with some of those explosive players in that very frantic midpoint as we come into the next one. Once again, expecting to see some really deep bombs here. Laz once again going behind, trying to bring scouts back as we see a delayed Marmalou bomb onto the medic. Meg's actually alone, so it looks like Nursey may be able to go down. We'll go back with her scout as actually aggression onto Shade. Shade's caught alone as well as both teams kind of fighting it out on concrete. Blaze and Aim down for Froyo means that a lot more room is going to be taken for Bloyo sitting on the point here, and then we can successfully take the first cap of the round.
Not a bad start. Again, FROYOBLACK, very dominant in their mids so far this entire BO3. Not really dropping Sunshine mids, and they're going to hold that through, but Badonsky being trapped off by Habib, that's going to be a pretty unfortunate situation there for FROYOBLACK, especially with Nursey coming up on her Uber and Badonsky being dead, and Laz also falling. It'd be a tough trying to get this force up. Nursey losing one of your soldiers, and especially your second soldier now. And pretty much everyone from Bloyo is going to fall. The combo from FROYOTech kind of just balling up nicely, making sure their entire team is like a big death ball, and you can't really get to Nursey without it instantly exploding.
Yeah, fantastic job there protecting their medic. And now there's going to be the push out attempt.
Wow, this is big.
Eric, Blaze, and Banny are all found. So this is going to be fantastic news for Bloyo, who are just getting more and more aggressive, taking the point and asking for more. It's Badonsky, or no, rather Habib and Nursey in their own main. And the Uber is still up, but Shade is building his surely and steadily. 75% now for the Bloyo side as we see Froyo regressing onto this cliff side. Sandblast.
Yep. Laz here going to start initiating the fight onto the head of Nursey. Big pop coming out from, or big force rather, from Laz. he is going to die for, along with Marmalou. No soldiers out from Floyo. It's up to the scouts here to try and salvage this. Nursey caught in, Slemdish, big 2-shot, and Badonski finding a kill onto Eric as well. They're trying to find this last kill onto Aim here. 28 HP health is in favor of FROYOTech. Nursey going to fall as well. Kyle finding a kill onto Banny. Aim going to fall to the to fall damage or the kill behind. But
Slemdish, you absolute monster.
Yeah, I was
Slemdish
about to
just ate
comment.
those soldiers alive.
Like, that was insane, man. But anyway, Eric Sniper looking to try and make some plays happen. Kind of just waiting on the sniper role. He is gonna still gonna switch back to scout. I was gonna say he's gonna stay on sniper. That's a little bit scary. But High Five gonna get very aggressive into main. Aim is 3 HP. Testing his limit. Slemdish is gonna clean the kill from across the entire map with the winger. They could kill Banny here. He is caught on the back line. Someone help Marmalou. Help this man out. Slemdish is gonna come clean up the frag there.
Yeah, FROYOTech losing 2 here. They will have the fast spawn, so Blaze, of course, up already, and Banny soon to follow now as more aggression comes out. And Eric's actually going to find Slemdish. Not a bad pick considering how much work the scouts have been doing for Floyo. And actually, the Uber's going to get forced out as well, and not finding the force in return for Mercy. They're going to have to back out pretty much immediately. Freyo's going to find that point, and there's more scaffolds going on in this concrete area as Freyo are looking potentially to try and get forward here.
Yep, looking like a standard FROYOTech forward hold. A lot of time, though, that FROYOTech has in their favor. Nursey doesn't have ad, though. They're going to find Blaze, which is a great start. FROYOBLACK's been doing really good, but here comes the Uber. And it seems like they're going to find Shade with this. He is going to fall to the hand of Eric here. But Donsky and High Five kind of just trying to settle down in their main. They're trying to find Nursey here. That's the best thing in High Five. Oh my god, what would be with the craziest pipe on the High Five? That was nuts.
If we get a pip in the chat, much appreciated for that fantastical pipe coming out here. As we see the entirety of Bloyo trying to just, as it is known, big dick it on the right side, and doing pretty well as they're going to find a Nursey. Losing Slumlaz and Marmalou for it, that's going to be no big deal as they do have the spawn advantage. So Nursey still won't be up as they decide to aggress this point now. Only the flank of FROYOTech alive, plus Habib. And Habib's pretty low, so it doesn't look like he's going to be able to quite commit here. Heel's finally coming back up, but Shade's going to have a hefty 70 Uber advantage, ready to take on Frey at a moment's notice. And he better be ready because here's they come, already walking back out onto this point. Habib forward with the stickies, trying to force out as much damage as he can onto Freyo. And now we see even more as Slumdish and High Five are going to be trying to do as much as they can to stop the point. Uber comes out onto both of the scouts and the demo here, finally finding Banny, and it's just Habib left. He's going to try and get the point cap, but no luck, and it's looking like we might have a round for Bloyo.
It should be. This is a really early bomb from Blaze, and it looks like Banny on the point as well. Yeah, as long as FROYOBLACK's able to just maintain their positioning, recapping the point is very hard for Froyo because now they have these extended spawns with Blaze and Eric being dead, so they're kind of just being grinded out here. Unless some scout or soldier from Froyo can make a big play, as Laz and now as the last couple players from FROYOBLACK just stand on the point, 2-1. FROYOBLACK finding their footing into this best of 3, have a lead on the maps here, at least on Vida, 2-1 for FROYOBLACK.
It's looking pretty good for them on their own map pick. As we do go into what will be the 4th mid-fight of what is essentially an eternal mid-fight. Now we see T-bombs coming in from Aim and Badonsky. Sure, he's a soldier. Aim and Blaze now, as we see the frag shooting out left and right now, as Freya are actually gonna lose Nursey, and yeah.
I mean, as long as FROYOBLACK's able to just maintain this level of passiveness with their medic, even if they lose the point, it's not a big deal. They're just gonna be able to recap that easily. So, as Nursey just comes back from the dead, giving out her buffs, FROYOBLACK is going to march forward with their Uber. Got my eyes on a High Five, ready to try and take this Uber. Going to help out his flank though with Slemdish. He is going to fall. Wow, Banny and Eric their coordination between the two, taking out both the scouts. Laz gonna find the aim. That's gonna be the only benefit that they get from this. Marmalou very low HP. Laz actually yoinks the pack from Marmalou, and Marmalou dies to Banny or to Eric because of it. And this isn't good for if you're FROYOBLACK. You're just losing precious time that could be used to kill Nursery with your Uber, and especially with Laz falling there as well. That's even more wasted time. Habib gonna find it on the high five again. More wasted time while the Uber gets popped off. This is a very sloppy Uber. Banny's still in behind on the enemy team's China. Badonsky's gonna get to the better of him. Hit a really nice pipe, and Habib hitting a very nice pipe. And he's gonna die because of the damage from Badonsky there rather. Badonsky hitting a couple nice pipes, but anyway, FROYOBLACK gonna finally recoup and finally take their midpoint. Minute and 10-second deficit though. Aim could be in a position to die here if anyone aggresses, but he is just gonna jump back to his team's cliff and find his medic. And now we wait for the potential Uber ad push from FROYOBLACK.
The seconds are counting away, and every second matters here for FROYOBLACK, trying to claw their way back after a crushing 5-0 blow on the first map. But they're looking good so far as they're going to be taken down. Eric and Blaze on the concrete side. Shade and Habib and Banny all sitting in main. Habib is actually going to be taken down by a bunch of spam from Badonsky, and Slemnish he has WP and mouse.
Slemnish is absolutely dude. Slemnish is slaughtering these players, man. He just held W, got the med pick, and almost just two-shot Blaze. Thankfully, he had a little bit of a buff from Nursey. If Blaze wasn't buffed there, Slemnish was getting like a 4K there. That was insane. Oh my gosh. But there's froyotech gonna re-aggress. Nursey eating so much spam, 20 HP. Nursey having to back up to her team's grass here. The Uber gonna get popped off. Blaze gonna try and help get that force out. And they are gonna try and aggress here. Marmalou onto the head of Blaze. Gonna be missing some of the crucial rockets, and here comes the cleanup. Marmalou overextending a little bit. That's not what you want to see. It's a little bit of a big crucial pick from Froyo. It's a lot of spam getting taken down. Eric here trying to find some aggression. Badonsky gonna be backing up. Laz gonna try and make his team some space. Gonna hit a nice. Eric gonna catch a nice pipe though from Badonsky. Kyle finding a kill onto Blaze, but Habib gonna instantly trade that out with the roller. Aim versus Laz in the skybox right now. No one's gonna be able to find a kill on anyone. Laz is gonna retreat to his side, but Eric's gonna find that kill. Marmalou into Nursey, gonna beat both his rockets, gonna die instantly. Slemnish gonna try to run across point, gonna also die instantly. And Blaze and Aim gonna be jumping in. Oh, but big pipe from, oh my god, but Badonsky hits a monster double air pipe on the Blaze.
Well, that was a spectacle to have. My lord. Pipes everywhere. I feel like this whole series so far has just been scouts turn their monitors on, Badonsky and Habib turn on the Mario game with the pipes. We do see some more counter aggression here coming up from Bloyo. Laz gonna go deep, not gonna find much. Habib will get taken out by Badonsky though, so it's looking pretty good so far. And actually, the force is gonna come out as well, so even more and better advantages just coming out for the Bloyo side. As Shade will have about a 15-20% add, maybe. But they do have the spawn advantage as well. Banny only just now coming up, and Habib only just now rolling out. So this is the perfect time for Bloyo to walk forward. However, not so much if they have half of the blue team behind them. We have Blaze and Banny and Eric all behind. Marmalou Laz gonna get taken down easy peasy. No problem for FROYOTech. They're gonna hold on to this. There's only 40 seconds left, Sandblast.
Barely sneaks out of there. I mean, I don't know if you're on Eric's cam, but he kind of got a nice big flank on both the soldiers, and the flank there from Froyo coming alive. But coming down to the last couple seconds of the first round, you heard the announcer, 30 seconds left. FROYOBLACK gonna start clearing the traps from Habib. Badonsky here trying to find some footing here. Banny gonna be taking the Uber into Badonsky. I'm just gonna find a kill name, but Shade all the way out to spawn. It is a on-foot chase. They're going to go back to their main. Great play from Shade to call that. They're already heading back to point while Banny's caught behind. Marmalou going to get a nice couple big frags onto Nursey. Again, Banny's still kind of caught in behind. He's on the point. Nice rockets from Marmalou, going to find the frags there. And again, a minute left. This is the hardest part about Viaduct, is owning the point while the other team's in overtime. Because again, you can't recap the point. You can't get faster spawns anymore. You have the long spawns. this forward hold is going to make or break FROYOTech if they're going to be able to come back from this. As long as FROYOTech is able to keep this forward hold consistent and tough for them to push out, which is what they're doing because they're getting picks, but Eric, big playmaker, but Laz coming in, gonna find kills of his own. It's just Habib. That was a phenomenal play from the flank there from FROYOBLACK. Laz able to clean up that damage, but again, the faster spawns coming out of FROYOBLACK. They're not able to, or the fast spawns from FROYOTech rather, they already have their medic up and positioning. Badonsky's just setting up his sticks. This is going to be a dry fight between both teams. No team has time to get an Uber charge unless someone just gets these crazy saws. Soldiers are opting to go behind. Scouts are buffed on FROYOBLACK. Slemnish and Blaze, Badonsky to fall for extra turn in favor of FROYOBLACK though, or FROYOTech rather. Marvel getting a kill on the Nursery, but it doesn't matter. It's only the Scouts left for FROYOBLACK. Are they able to come back? Slemnish 3 HP, gets 2 picks, but no one else. Slemnish is getting 3 Ks and his team is still losing. Someone needs to help this man out.
I'd like just to point out real quick that Slumdish is taking the least amount of heals on his team and arguably putting in some of the most impact. So
absolutely.
He's been doing a phenomenal job this match.
Like what Skeez said, the best aim scout in the game and potentially best scout in North America. But Shady's going to fall to that fast bomb again from Blaze. I mean, Slemnish going to win the fight to aim. Laz onto Nursey, not able to get that second rocket off. Marmalou just going to get absolutely smoked. And then Slemnish not able to kill the taunting of team. And that's the worst feeling in the game, man, is getting absolutely smoked and getting taunted and then having your homies try to come up and help you out and then not getting killed afterwards.
And then you get to taunt again with the assist. I mean, that's just that's not even Habib. That's classic assassin right there. That's some awesome
Wait a minute, hold on. Is this a... Ooh, this is some Nursey crits here. I don't know if we noticed on the cam here, but
I do see this.
This is spicy here. Is this
She's not even gonna need it.
I mean, I feel like they're just gonna put Habib in through main and just drop a fat sticky on him, but we're gonna see. This might be the anti-pyro strat. But I mean,
I'm worried about this pyro with this crits. I mean the
again,
possible
Bloyo's gonna have Ubers, so if they just pop the crits and the pyro, it's gonna be a pretty terrible crits anyway, so they're just gonna be able to retake their ground.
Oh no. Oh, they're trying to bait them in. They're giving them all this room on concrete to try and push in and be like, yeah, we're not forward anymore. And they're going to pop their Uber super early, not noticing that they aren't forward anymore. So plenty of room now for Froyo to play with. Aim is going to go down, but here comes the crits. Habib, big onto Laz, and he's going to try and get more
big damage.
So hurt. Badonsky going to go down. The rest of the team, Shade, Slem, and High Five, all going to make it out successfully, though. So, it's going to be about even Ubers here, actually, with Shade being on the Medica and Nursey on the crits creed. So we'll have to see how this one plays out. It's always interesting to see that that Uber crits dynamic, especially on a map like Pop, Viaduct, but not if the Soldier Bombs come in to kill Shade. 49 health, barely living. The Scouts are going to clean each other up, though. And no more soldiers for FROYOTech.
I mean, again, another dominant forward hold coming out. Boys in green from Froyo, able to hold it down. I mean,
60 seconds.
FROYOBLACK, this isn't a dominant round for them. They know they have crits. Just depends what they're gonna do with this. They know that they're ready, but they're just gonna Uber across point into them, knowing that it's on. This is a deep Uber. They're actually going to lose Badonsky. This is questionable at most. The crits is coming out. Shade's trying to make his way out of there. The Habib 3 crits is on. I don't know if he's really hit anything. Oh, those pipes got a little close. Blaze is actually going to get a nice rocket onto Marmalou there. Banny going to find a kill on the Slemish, but other than that, that's pretty much going to be a wrap for Bloyo's Uber. They are going to get like those faster spawns, so it's going to be pretty much a 5v5 fight here as Slemish and Eric are just now spawning. Marmalou gonna try and get his buff here. Blaze is behind. Marmalou trying to help his team out. 10 seconds left on the clock. Marmalou going deep. Blaze fighting and killing the high five. Slendish also trading out Blaze here. Marmalou onto the head of Banny. He's gonna make him 1 HP. He's gonna get the kill on Eric. Excuse me. Aim is in the back line right now of FROYOBLACK. Marmalou, big bomb onto Nursey. Misses the air shot onto Habib. Marmalou missing some of his rockets. Does get the kill onto Habib. That's not too bad, but again, this is a 3-minute hold that FROYOTech needs to get right now. Or FROYOBLACK. I hate these names.
So do I, Sandblast. So do I. It is going to have to be the reverse 3-minute full hold. Overtime 0-0. No time to spare. Not a single cap can be wasted, and not a single sticky can be wasted here as Habib goes for the crits in, but the Uber is ready onto Shade, taking his team and finding Blaze, trying to take the soldiers really deep and finding Habib, but not going to hit the frag. Fully committed. A nice
Wow,
rocket.
Marmaloo.
Oh my lord.
That rocket was insane.
Danny, go home.
Marmaloo kind of just hit him with like the punishment rocket right there.
That's the big fist.
But Blaze here looking to try and bomb in from flank. He's waiting for his team to start aggressing so he can take the pressure off them, which is exactly what he's doing. Anabadanski going to sink 2 rockets on him. Going to find that kill. Eric here going to take a little bit of damage, but aggress the point a little bit. Nursey going to fall, though. The scouts from Bloyo here making big frags here. Slemnish coming out with some solid kills here, but Shade almost gets killed by aim. High Five was almost not in the position to help his medic, but at the best time. Making this 3-minute reverse hold look possible. Nursey switching back to Uber here, but it's possible now at this time.
For sure, a half of the time already gone, and full advantage means that there's anywhere from 20 to 50 seconds pretty much guaranteed so long as they don't screw anything up. But they are going to get forced out early, maybe looking for another pick as they do find aim, but that's all they're going to find. And actually, they're going to lose High Five. Blaze will go down as well, but that is not what you're looking for right now if you are FROYOBLACK. And actually, that's what you're looking for. There goes Nursey walking into the spam absolutely for free. And as long as Shade's able to stay up here with Laz, it might be them only 2, but it doesn't really matter because they're going to be able to hold it down with Froyo just spawning now. However, their teammates are going to be spawning quite a bit later. So we're going to have to see where they decide to position. As Froyo now, bombing the beat, and trying to take as much point presence as they can. Another high bomb in, and so much damage onto the soldiers. And they weren't looking at the point. They totally forgot to stop the point. Oh, no.
This might be a fast ready up, but I want to take a look at the stats. Slumnish is absolutely destroying Froyo. With a KD of 56 and 32, he is on track to drop a 60 bomb with 4 kills left. And with Slumnish, that's a very easy task he's making it look like. He's going to get in those invite database stats that everyone wants to get the 60 bomb in. But again, yeah, what a couple things I'm noticing. High Five is like the combo scout. He's not putting up the numbers of Banny and Eric. Slemnish is kind of doing a lot of the heavy lifting for the team. Slemnish or High Five isn't really dying as much with only 16 deaths, but the impact that Banny's having going 45. Actually, Eric and Banny have the same amount of kills and deaths and almost assists, be only having 1 assist off. Both 45 and 27. Amazing kill death ratios. Kyle, though, with a 27 and 16 KD. Granted, has a lot less deaths and keeping Shade alive more because Shade does have less deaths. So,
more Ubers for that as well.
Yeah, well, that's because High Five isn't dying as much as Banny or Eric. So they're always going to have a scout alive in those situations to help keep Shade alive.
Yeah.
So that's why the Ubers are better and the deaths are better. But again, it's just that Habib out fragging Badonsky by a decent amount, by 8 frags. The soldiers though from Bloyo, I do feel like are playing a lot better than the soldiers from FROYOTech. But again, the scouts from FROYOTech, man, Slemnish, High Five needs to figure out how to get some more kills. He does have a good amount of assists, but again, they need to help Slemnish out. Again, they're not as coordinated as FROYOTech, like what Jarett was saying before starting this game. But Slemnish is just doing so much work right now that's all being gone to waste because he's not getting, like in my opinion, supported enough. He's almost top damaging his team at 343 DPM. I mean, Habib's almost at 400 at 12,000 damage, 12,794 to be exact. I mean, I do think FROYOBLACK can still take this back. They do need to get 2 convincing rounds. This is not going to be easy, but it is possible. As long as if High Five's able to come alive and get these higher frag counts, I don't think High Five's holding W in a lot of situations where he could possibly benefit from to help get the frags that Banny's finding. Because you look at like the med picks, Banny has more med picks, and I mean, in all, just more frags. He's just killing more things than High Five. And if you combine the frags, I mean, 90 kills between Eric and Banny alone. And Slemnish is almost 30 behind that, 56. I'm still just baffled with his stat line. That's an incredible amount of frags.
For sure, Slumnish is he's definitely already if FROYOBLACK take this back and then take it to a second best of 3, he's trying to put his name on the mark. This is the map. This is the map I get MVP for. He's trying to put his name on the map, and he's sure doing it. He's he's doing a fantastic job.
I just want to see High Five play a little bit more aggressive and start trying to help Slumnish make these big plays. I feel like High Five's setting up Slumnish for the plays, but I still feel like High Five can provide a little bit more for his team in certain situations to try and help turn these fights around. And it's 1 a.m. I was going to be sleeping by now.
My lord, is it already?
It'd be like that. Oh,
It
but
really
thank God
do.
we're starting. My body wants FROYOTech to win, but my heart wants FROYOBLACK to win.
Well,
I'm not supposed to.
I'd have to agree with you on that one, Sandblast. As we come into the second half of ESEA Invite Grand Finals, for those of you just tuning in, it's me, Console Casting, with your good friend Sandblast. Tino Blast from the past, bringing you all the observing action as we come in here onto the next second half. Coming in, aim, early bomb, not going to find much. But Blaze actually pushed back onto their cliff really far early and not able to find a lot of ground. As Laz actually pulling Froyo all the way behind. So making good work on his team, and actually Blaze going to take the point.
This is what I want to see. High Five was playing really aggressive up by FROYOTech there, and now he's helping confirm these kills. He was stuffing the choke there. I'm liking him seem more aggressive. They want to meet him here. Kyle wants to beat him here, Conquer, which I like to see. He's still keeping that pressure up. The scouts from Bullier are playing noticeably more aggressive, but you got to know your limits at points because you can't be getting too rocketed by aim there if you want to win this map. Shade's getting caught overextended here. He is going to have to pop his Uber off though. Nursey's still having full ad here, and Eric in the back line is going to find Marmlu, and Eric's going to go all the way to spawn, kiting everyone back. This is the worst case scenario for Bloyo here.
Yeah,
oh my god, but Slumnish.
That name keeps on popping up, Slumnish. That's who the heck is he? He's doing pretty good so far. And he's going to be doing even better as his team decides. Oh, never mind, there he goes. His team is deciding to try and re-aggress a bit though. Laz going down. Slumnish unfortunately taking the caster's curse right into mind there. As we see a huge sync bomb from Marmalu flying high through the sky and cratering to Banny. As we see Froyo deciding to do a classic, a staple of theirs. It's the forward hold.
Yeah, again, the Froyo forward hold. Everyone, oh, here comes the pyro. It's Slumnish trying to reflect. They're in the meat locker, man. They're in the grinder. There's not much you can do in that little room. That's what the pyro's for. Trying to run through, trying to make as much space as possible, but not able to find much. Badonsky here trying to push his way through, gonna find a kill. Gonna find himself dead. High Five and not find himself dead. Now FROYOBLACK's kind of just trying to find any ounce of pressure they can get. Going through the same small door. It's not looking good for FROYOBLACK here. Struggling to find an entrance into mid. Laz here looking to bomb through main with Slumnish. Both looking back at each other. The Uber gets popped off. Much better Uber though from FROYOTech and right back where we started.
Yeah, opting to take the Uber trade there seemed like a good idea. I mean, it was a two-player versus one-player trade, so hopefully you get the flashes there. But you drop a player there, and actually, as I say that, Slum is dropping another player in the backlines, taking yet another 1v1, getting Eric Banny rather, so low, but not going to be able to quite pull it off. Blaze is going to find two in the meantime, trying to take on the brunt of FROYOBLACK, but they're not answering to any of it. They're going to take this point and take it fiercely as now they're trying to fight off this soldier bomb. High Five is going to go down for it.
They got a lot of damage.
Yes.
AIM did a lot of work that little refight there. Even though FROYOBLACK got the point, he did a lot of damage on Badonsky and High Five, which led to High Five dying. Laszlo trying to help his team make some space. Marmalou onto the head of AIM. AIM like 4 HP running away with the stick out. The Uber is going to come up for Nursey just now. As well for Shade. 60 seconds on the clock. Do or die for FROYOBLACK here. Little time to try and make some plays. That's a good start to it, finding the frag on the Blaze. High five. The Ubers are going to get exchanged here. A little bit better for FROYOBLACK, in my opinion. They're going to flash, but the positioning is going to be in favor of froyotech. Banny going to try and 1v1 Slemnish. Slemnish still on his tail here, and he's going to find the kill. Slemnish did not let that man go after he got the initial meat shot on it. Podonsky here, pressing forward. Big damage coming out from, oh no, but Podonsky gets caught out by Habib there. And this could be just a standard recap from froyotech here. Again, because with those extended spawns that FROYOBLACK's going to have, they're going to have no Laz or Podonsky for the next 5 seconds.
Yeah, those are two of the least players you want in the respawn queue here. Is Froyo trying to walk their way forward onto this point, just take it off once again. Only 23 seconds left on their own cap time, and it's going to be pretty much uncontested by Bloyo. They're just trying to wait up on their Uber before they decide to come in on anything on here. But boy, are they about to get it. Podonsky's so deep, trying to put out as much damage as he can onto this Froyo tech team. They're so hurt. The Uber's actually going to get forced out of Nursey. Only 10 seconds left on the point, though. FROYOBLACK need to get on point, need to get on it now. They need to un-Uber, as Shade has. He's starting to get a little bit of the cap here, as there's fighting in the yard area. Banny's going to take down 2, and that's not great if you're FROYOBLACK, especially now that they have to get that cap. They can't delay it any longer, so Marmalou and Podonsky have no choice but to get those long spawns. And we're in another very tight situation. 1:10 left on the clock, and no caps left to spare, as froyotech can put it into overtime.
Yep. froyotech pretty much has to try to waltz on the point here. Shade actually gonna get piped. And hello, AIM on the Shade. Marmalou is gonna fall, Air gonna fall. And I think that's it. I think your season 29 ESEA champions have been crowned. Froyotech gonna win ESEA season 29 in 2 maps. Not in a pretty close maps, even though it was a 5-0 in the first map. It was a pretty long 5-0. Other than that, big congratulations to froyotech, especially AIM getting his first ever ESEA invite win. He played in grand finals a couple, I think last season he played in grands, but never got the W. And being a Froyo fresh meat coming through with a 4-2 and a 5-0 win, can't go wrong. So let's actually get back to our analysts here. I think we just need to get re-linked up with them. And we're able to touch base with our analyst again. Again, Skeez, you kind of predicted it right. Well, unfortunately, I didn't with my stat getting reversed. But Slemnish, again, is the standout player. 64 and 36 on his team. What do you guys think of that game?
Kind of felt like fights where Sandblast got 2 kills, Bloyo kind of like rolled those fights, and then fights where Sandblast maybe got a trade or worse, they kind of lost those fights. It was like basically what was happening. It felt like Bloyo Soldiers had a much harder time that game than Froyo Soldiers in terms of impact.
And a lot of desync when they were owning the point too.
Yeah. If you look at like every I guess important combination of players on Viaduct, like the medic demo, medic scout, soldier, etc., it just seemed like Froyo's communication for like every single one of those duos or trios were just significantly better than Bloyo's. Like Slemnish was just like he was just out DMing people, right? But him and Laz didn't seem very in line with each other.
Yeah,
not as much as Eric and Blaze did. And same thing with Nursey, Habib, Shade, Podonsky. Like none of those duos just felt in line, or nowhere near as in line as Froyo.
The only thing I really feel like that kind of had the edge. I mean, I thought High Five was going to perform a little bit better. He did go positive and stuff, but I was expecting him to play a little bit more aggressive. He didn't get a lot of the same frags, 51, 56, 64 of the other scouts in the server. But I do feel like he kind of kept Shade alive more in certain situations.
It didn't seem like he was getting the heals that he would normally have wanted, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like Shade was dumping a lot of heals into Podonsky to keep him alive because Froyo was shooting at him a lot. And he was healing Slemnish a good bit because Slemnish would, push forward on the flank and then come back to him. Kyle or High Five had to make sure he was healthy, so him and Slemnish didn't end up weak at the same time. Stuff like that. So he was kind of just playing this Guardian role, which really kind of prevented him from taking efficient trades. Makes sense.
And then on top of that, a lot of Froyo's aggression at key moments were towards the flank as well. So I mean, if your combo's not necessarily getting bombed, you being glued there sometimes won't do necessarily tons of work. So I think Froyo did a good job of seeing that and kind of trying to play around having a scout playing so protective around Shade.
Yeah, but I do completely agree with what you guys were saying with not really being in line and in sync as much as froyotech. And like what Jarett said before, it also comes down to also being more coordinated. Even though Viaduct is more of a chaotic map and you can kind of get away with those like chaos fights, it's definitely something that FROYOBLACK could have probably thrived more on, is being more coordinated and making sure they were more organized in these fights. But other than that, not really much more to say besides good games and congrats to Froyo. It looks like they're coming in for their interview. Got a couple of them coming in now. People from the Analysts or the casters can ask a couple questions, what they thought of the match. So whenever you're ready, Console, if you want to bring them on down, we can talk to some of the guys from froyotech, see how they're feeling.
Yep, just waiting for them to join up on their interview channel. And actually, I can probably just link the main. Actually, I do not have permissions to link the main channel. Go figure. So, just waiting for them to join up on that interview me channel. Otherwise, I can possibly link them the access token and just bring them in here.
You probably need to give them the access token, because if
Yeah,
you
that's
don't,
probably the
they
play.
might not be able to hear certain people.
Yeah, I
Oh
don't have the
yeah,
access to
that
it.
has been a problem in the past. Let's see.
We'll
Banny
give it to
Steam.
him, young one. But yeah, I was hoping for it to be a map 3. But I don't know. I felt like Slemnish was just doing so much work, but like you said, if he was ever either dead, it was just gonna be not worth it, because then he's kind of the only player that was kind of throwing, kind of like, I guess, like salvaging most of those fights, like getting those 2 key picks onto some of the guys on Frey, and if he was dead, that didn't really ever happen, so.
Alright, so they do have the access token, so we should be seeing them jump in here any second now. While we wait, I'm gonna try and pull these stats up for myself. Let's see.
Should probably just drag them. They might not want to move up thinking they're coming in the middle
Yeah, I
of
was gonna
something.
say, if you just want to like move them, if you can just do that.
Just do both. Just
I
move them
do
in.
not have that access. I'll just
Yikes.
tell them it's fine to move
Can we
in.
just move up?
I can't move up.
I don't. Does the main channel have talking permissions? Oh, we fixed it.
Yeah, they're just moving up.
I'm not able to link that channel, but I'm able to link the other channels. Okay.
There you go. There's the cameraman. Other than that, froyotech, again, another hard fought victory for season 29. How you guys feeling?
Pretty good.
Feeling great.
Another victory, for another one to add to the resume, Banny, and also for AIM, your first invite win. Being a first time Froyo member, how are you feeling going into your first season with them?
First off, it was like Monka S, but with the with the help of the boys on the team, they helped me. They actually helped me a lot actually.
Yeah.
To like get used to how they play.
Yeah. AIM had a lot of adapting that he needed to do just because our play style was so different than past teams he's played on and just the pace and all that. But we worked through it, and we put in a lot of work, honestly, to just make sure everyone's on the same page, and it definitely paid off.
Good, yeah, because I noticed there was a little bit of a disconnect at first. I assume everyone saw it in the first early matches, especially against FROYOBLACK in the first game. It just seemed like that was like visually the issue, and then you guys kind of seemed to tighten it up towards the end and slowly got more convincing wins over FROYOBLACK, especially the reverse, like we were up 3-0.
Yeah,
you
we
brought
had
that
some great
back.
comebacks this season. We did a really good job of staying focused and adapting. That was really, I'd say that's what the season was all about for us, just adapting.
Were you guys like, when you guys lost that first initial map to like FROYOBLACK, what were you guys like mentality? Were you guys like still expecting to come out on top, or did you like take a second, take a breather to like fix up some of your things that you knew were like an issue?
I don't drop 6 times and then we win.
Yeah, that match just all around, some bad things just sort of aligned. We've never
First
played
night.
that badly ever since. So
Oh, process, yeah.
yeah, I think that there was a lot to learn from it, but it was also kind of a one-off. I think everyone can kind of see
It
that.
was just a bad night.
Yeah, and those happen. We have a good mentality, and I like, try to keep everyone focused on the long-term goal there. Because if we let that loss get to us, the season would be over, But yeah, we're not doing that.
Anyone else have any other questions for some, like Skeez or Botmode or Jarett, the people who are analyzing the final questions, like some plays that they made or some positioning?
Sunshine was like a 45-ish minute 5-0. It was, you could say it was a little bit on the longer side. Was that something that you guys wanted to do, play really slow on that map particular when you picked it and started playing it, or is that something that just kind of happened?
Yeah, it just kind of happened, honestly. We picked Sunshine because it's a map that we're confident with, but it's a more free-flowing map, so I guess we didn't really expect it to be slow, but we just didn't want to rush and throw things away. Against that team, that's like one of the classic ways that we've lost rounds is when we just throw our leads away. So every time we got a small lead, we just like made sure to stabilize and then, make sure everyone was on the same page, and then just go one step at a time. And I think that that actually helped put them a bit like out of their comfort zone, because they definitely like to rely on the chaos. So it worked out well for us.
One thing I was going to ask, because obviously with episode 3 getting canceled recently, obviously this was going to be your team you were probably going to take to LAN. I know Copenhagen Games is coming up soon. I don't know when it exactly starts, but were you guys considering of potentially going international?
Well, that the LAN is still in the future, like far off. So when we formed the team, that wasn't really something we were thinking about. We were definitely fixated on episode 3, and sad to say, I booked everything for our team, and so now we got fucked. To be honest.
Oh yeah.
Finahest.
Did you get your money back, or they kind of just swipe your stuff?
Nope, got fucked.
Yeah, you got you. Yeah, it'd be like that, man.
He got robbed.
Yeah, man, you should have got robbed. I'm not even gonna lie about that.
I know that feel. I
that
booked my
sucks.
Airbnb a month before it got canceled.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
That sucks.
That's why you gotta buy at the last minute.
Well, I didn't
Well-
want to lose all the good Airbnbs.
Yeah, and the deals were
man.
actually insane.
Yeah.
We always wait. And
Too good
this
to be
time we
true.
decided not to, and then we get fucked.
Too good
I
to be
don't know.
true.
But it's actually it's a really bad thing to lose that LAN. Like we need a LAN, otherwise things are not going to go well.
I'm sure we'll get
land.
something.
ESEA land.
Hey man, it's possible, from the Invite Illuminati meetings, it's possible, but we can't say much more. But it's possible. Well, I don't really have any other questions besides saying congrats to you guys getting another first place victory. Probably like number 17 for Banny or something stupid, but AM getting number 1 on the board.
Actually, funny enough, I'm pretty sure that's number 18.
I don't know, dude. I'm
18?
not keeping.
Let me do the math.
I'm not keeping count.
Oh.
I'm not keeping count. Other than that, unless anyone else has any other questions for them, you guys played well tonight, as you do every other season. You guys, you want anyone?
Yeah,
You wanna?
your mic is dying.
Are there any
Oh,
shoutouts you guys
yeah.
would like to get out?
Shout out to the fly I just killed.
Nice. Habib, I know you got a couple shoutouts you always like to give. Same like every other season. You always got a couple funny ones.
Nah, yeah, shout outs to FROYOBLACK. That's about it.
Solid. All right. Other than that, I think that pretty much wraps it up. You have your season 29 champions, FROYOTech, again coming back from season 28 and 27 and 26. And who knows when they'll be stopped again? But other than that, console wasn't able to come. Next season potentially. But who knows until season 30 if that happens. Other than that, thank you guys for watching ESEA Season 29 Grand Finals. Shout out to Console for helping me cast. He wasn't able to come in this interview because he doesn't have the access tokens for some reason. Obviously, Tino for recording everything, and obviously our 2 Grand Final teams and every other team that participated. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Other than that, see you guys next season.
A goo goo.